Explanation of society in the individual writ large. Number 1. Writ large. This means written in a larger form or expanded, so what exists in the individual is also present in society but magnified. Number 2. Society is the individual writ large. This suggests society mirrors the individual. The thoughts, desires, fears, and habits of individuals form the foundation of societal structures. Social systems, laws, institutions, cultures are not separate from individuals but emerge from how individuals think and act collectively. If individuals are conflicted, society becomes conflict. If individuals are peaceful, compassionate, and just, society moves toward peace, compassion, and justice. Number 3. How's it? This idea is commonly associated with Plato and later echoed by thinkers like Ralph Waldo Emerson and Krishnamurti. Though phrased differently, it's also deeply aligned with non-dual thinking, seeing no hard boundary between the individual and the whole. Number 4. Example. If individuals are driven by greed, society becomes dominated by materialism and inequality. If individuals value honesty and cooperation, society reflects this through fair governance and community support. Number 5. Implication. To transform society, you don't only change laws or systems, you transform the individual. Real social change begins with inner transformation. Number 6. Non-dual insight. From a non-dual perspective, this quote implies that the division between the individual and society is an illusion. They are not two. They arise together as expressions of a single consciousness or reality. What does it mean? The phrase society is the individual writ large means that society reflects the inner life, values, and behavior of individuals, but on a larger collective scale. Just as an individual has thoughts, desires, and habits, society mirrors these qualities through its culture, institutions, and systems. Visual metaphor. Individual thoughts, values, habits to society, laws, culture, systems. Inner conflicts to social conflicts. Inner peace and compassion to peaceful, just society. Number 1. The usual direction of life, forward engineering. Normally, we live as if time is a line, past to present to future. We engineer our lives by projecting forward, making plans, imagining outcomes, remembering experiences, and then using those memories and expectations to navigate the present. In this mode, the present is merely a stepping stone, not the main reality. Number 2. Reverse engineering, the non-dual move. Practicing the power of now flips this around. Instead of starting from the past or future, you start with the present moment as the given, the finished product. From the now, you reverse engineer your experience. Instead of starting from the past or future, you start with the present moment as the finished product. From the now, you reverse engineer your experience. The past is recognized as memory appearing now. The future is seen as imagination appearing now. Identify goals and problems are deconstruct back to their immediate present moment, sensations, thoughts, and awareness. It's like saying, instead of chasing meaning in the flow of time, I return to the root source, the now, and from there I understand how the illusion of time is constructed. Number 3. Why reverse engineering fits the metaphor? In technology, reverse engineering means taking apart a finished product to see how it works. In spirituality, practicing the now means taking apart the finished product of the mind, stories, identities, anxieties, to see how they are built from raw awareness. You don't build toward enlightenment by adding more. You strip back to what's already there.